Good morning, you're early, I like that. It's about 10 to 6 in the morning. I'm in Zone 7 on the London Underground and Chiltern train stop here too in Hertfordshire. Yes, we're at Rickmansworth to ride the secret North Curve, the curve of track which only sees about 3 passenger trains a day. Let's do it. So that northbound train there is heading to Cheshire. The southbound one I just let go, not my train. That's a North Station stopper to Aldgate. Next stop, Moore Park, which is what you would expect for all southbound trains, except at 6:08, and it's just come up to 6 AM now, there should be a train that goes around the secret North Curve of track between here, takes us through to Croxley Green and Watford. Here's a map.
The northwest corner of a standard tube map looks like this. So normally, if you want to travel from Rickmansworth up to Watford, you'd have to change at Moore Park. But what they don't show is this secret curve of track that's known as the North Curve, over which just a few trains a day travel. Some of them in passenger service, some of them as empty stock movements. And on a geographical map, it looks like this, and there's even a tunnel section on the North Curve too, as we're about to see.
This is Rickmansworth. This is a Metropolitan Line train to Watford. The next station is Croxley.
So the PA's gone off. It's not going to Moore Park next. It's definitely going around the curve, around the North Curve. Next stop, Croxley. The windows are filthy, by the way. Look at that. So we're going to get the moment the train here heading south curves off towards the north to the left, and you'll be able to see the tracks down here carrying on towards Moore Park, and then we'll be on the North Curve.
And sure enough, instead of going straight, the train curves to the left.
Alright, that's it. We're on the curve. The other side, it's double track, is here, and we're going through a tunnel section right now. We'll come back to that later because we're going to go up there. Oh, it's quite short. I wonder how short.
Look out the window, and a moment later, you can see where the curve rejoins the normal line.
And we've done it, that's it. It's that simple. Right, we've ridden the North Curve. I'm fairly sure there's nobody else on this train. We've ridden the North Curve in the northbound direction. So do I get out at Croxley and walk back, or do I go to Watford just for the heck of it? I think I'm going to get out at Croxley and walk back.
This is Croxley.
It is Croxley. Yeah, I was the only person on that train. No one else. Oh, I had a whole North Curve train to myself. Croxley Station looking rather splendid in the early morning light. 2 interesting things to note there. On the platform at Rickmansworth, it definitely said the next southbound train, as late as 6:05, 6:06, it was saying the next one was to Aldgate, and I was like, well, where's the Watford train? And then the Watford train rolled in, even though it said the next one wasn't. And then here at Croxley, I noticed on the dot matrix on the platform heading north towards Watford, the next 2 trains were saying Watford, but the first one, our one, just said Metropolitan Line. So it's like the systems don't quite know how to cope with the fact that there's the awkward North Curve train. What we can do now, though, is take a walk and go back to that tunnel.
Yes, head down Franklin Road, walk through some back streets, and you're heading for the local woods.
Welcome to Croxley Hall Woods, and here is the North Curve.
Go down some paths and you'll cross over the regular curve of track between Moore Park and Croxley. But eventually you'll also get to the point in the woods where the path goes over the bridge that we just went under through on the North Curve.
Can you hear it? Can you hear the whine of the S-Stroke motors in the distance? I can hear the Met somewhere. They're somewhere over there. So I got the 6:08 from Rickmansworth, started at Rickmansworth to Watford. There's an earlier train there, if you want to go even earlier, the first Chesham train of the day comes down to Rickmansworth and then goes around the curve up to Watford. Would be perfect for Tube Challenge, and we used to consider it back in Tube Challenge days, were it not for the fact that you then obviously miss out and skip Amersham. But apart from that, and then there's one late at night that goes from Watford going in the other direction. So here's a summary of all the trains you can catch.
So there's 3 passenger trains you can ride on if you want to do this. 2 are in the early morning heading towards Watford, whilst there's 1 really late at night at the end of the service day when a train leaves Watford and terminates at Rickmansworth. But look, there's also 6 empty stop movements as well. So if you just want to spot a train whilst walking in the woods, then make sure you come at around one of these times.
A lovely walk in the woods. I'm approaching the point. I think I'm just getting to the point where I'm above the tunnel right now. The tunnel, by the way, which I believe is the only part of the underground in a tunnel that's underground outside of London, because we're in Hertfordshire, and it's also the shortest tunnel on the network at just 80 metres. Oh, I think I can see it there. But you don't have to get one of the 3 passenger trains a day that run it. There are other ways to ride the North Curve as well.
Yes, there are occasional weekends where there are engineering works and they divert all Metropolitan line trains to use the curve. Or you can just do what I did once, and that's ride a rail tour train. Here's the moment from 2017 when a 1938 stock tube train made the journey several times in one day between Amersham and Harrow, going via the North Curve and Watford.
The early morning sun is now out. I can hear the trains, but I can't see them. But over here, if you walk through the trees, gosh, that is bright. Come down to the fence. Oh, I can see it already. That is the southern portal of the North Curve Tunnel, which I travelled through just a few moments ago, down here.
And there's also another nearby bridge where you can see the line up towards Amersham and the North Curve there branching in from the right.
And that's it, riding the North Curve, that's how you do it, video done, end of video. Except it's not, is it? Because now that I know that there's a late night, midnight service from Watford coming down in a southbound direction towards Rickmansworth, I kind of have to ride it in the other direction as well, don't I? Like this. And good morning, because it is morning again. It's 18 hours later, it's midnight 36. Coming on this platform here, not that one in the siding any second, is the penultimate one in from London, and it will go out as the 0049 as the last train out from Watford, but it goes to Rickmansworth. Yeah, so it's midnight 43, we leave in 5 minutes. 6 minutes. At midnight 49, the dot metric up here is correctly showing we're going to Croxley next, and then around the North Curve to Rickmansworth. On the side of the train, on the front and rear carriages of all S-Dock trains, it always shows the train number as well, 470, 470 tonight. What that number is the train number which is listed in the working timetable. Here on screen now, it's a little excerpt from the working timetable with the letters NC, which are the letters to look out for. If you want to know where that is, the link to the working timetable for all tube lines, not just the Met line, the secret TfL page which links to the timetables is in the description. You can go look it up. That is how I knew which trains were going over the North Curve. It's ridiculously late / early. I'm fairly sure I'm the only person on this train. The driver looked at me like, "Are you sure you want to go to Rickmansworth?" And I nodded yes, and we just await to leave to go around the North Curve.
The next station is Croxley.
And this is why, if you want to ride the curve, come and do it in the early morning daylight and never at night time, because it's just dark and you can't really see much. Here's the point where you go through the tunnel though, and then you rejoin the main line. But mainly, it's just very dark.
That was that was it. You couldn't really see much, could you? But today we did it. We're now we've now rejoined the main line, and we've stopped at red signal. But Rickmansworth next.
This is Rickmansworth, where this train terminates. The train or change.
And that is it. There's 2 early trains in the morning, there's 1 at night. You can get a heritage tour. There are empty stop movements during the day. It's awkward to do, but it's fun to do if you're prepared to get up early or late. That is how to ride the North Curve, the secret bit of track on the Metropolitan line. It's 1 AM and I've got to figure out how to get home.